and I'm enjoying my time here.
My name's Brian, and I just completed my year abroad with the Fulbright program as an English teaching assistant in Kaiserslautern, Germany. I'm so happy I applied because I almost didn't. At the beginning of the application process, I was convinced that I wasn't the candidate they were looking for, and I thought about not applying. But in the end, I decided to push through and apply anyway, and it ended up changing the course of my life. So in this video, I want to talk about what I learned from the application process so that maybe it'll help you get the opportunity to go abroad with Fulbright too. If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you already know what the Fulbright program is, but just in case you don't, Fulbright is a program run by the U.S. State Department, founded by United States Senator James William Fulbright in 1946. It's a cultural exchange program with the goal to build connections between the United States and other countries. So the program provides grants for U.S. citizens to go abroad, but also for non-U.S. citizens to come to the United States. And because I'm a United States citizen, I will be making the video from that perspective. There are different Fulbright awards, and from what I can tell, the applications seem to be similar. But I'm going to be talking about the English Teaching Assistant Award because that is the one that I received. And just a quick disclaimer, I do not represent the Fulbright program, IIE, or the State Department. I'm just speaking for myself. Also, this video is not a supplement for information on the Fulbright website. Please read it thoroughly. Now that that's out of the way, let's dive in. I went to Germany. Germany has 140 English Teaching Assistant Awards. Saudi Arabia has 2. Country of choice matters. Also, different amounts of people apply to different countries, so the probability that you'll get an award is affected by which country you pick. And you'll have to pick the country before you apply. So think about why you want to go to a specific country and justify it in your application. But after you pick the country, you can start. So the application is quite extensive and it can seem overwhelming, but if you break it down and take a closer look, it becomes easier to manage. Most of the application is just entering information, transcripts, resumes, references, and although this is all important, it's not going to be your main focus. Your main focus will be the 2 essays. These 2 essays need to be 1 page, and they need to be succinct, but they also need to fill the entire page. Every word counts. I spent 3 months working on my essays, and I had them read by my academic advisor, Dr. Martina Cole, who made countless revisions and gave me honest critique. I also had them read by friends and family. So get as many eyeballs on it as possible and find people who are going to be honest with you. I remember my advisor reading the first line of one of my essays. She looked up at me and said, "Brian, this first line is horrible." But I'm grateful for that because it made my essays better. It helped me win. You have to find people who are going to be honest with you. Really, truly, brutally honest. So, what are the essays? There is the statement of grant purpose and the personal statement. These are the 2 dragons guarding your path to your experience abroad. You have to slay them. When I first read the description of the essays on the Fulbright website, I was kind of confused what I should include in which essay. Let's take a look at the instructions for the personal statement. So here you can see it should include your personal history, family background, influences on your intellectual development, the educational, professional, and cultural opportunities, or lack of them. It should also include your special interests and abilities, career plans, and life goals. Now let's look at the statement of grant purpose. This document should clearly describe what you will be able to bring to the classroom in your host country, as well as explain any ideas you have on how to reach students coming from a different pedagogical tradition. So let me tell you how I thought about these essays. I thought of the personal statement as why am I applying? What have I done in the past and what will I do in the future that makes Fulbright the perfect stepping stone? Tell a story, paint the picture for them. Make the person who's reading this think this person has a plan and Fulbright is the missing piece to this plan. Make them want to give you that puzzle piece. Then, there's the statement of grant purpose. When I think of that, I think, what am I going to bring to the table? What talents, skills, and experiences can I offer? And this is a good way to make sure that your essays complement each other. You can use things that you talked about in your personal statement and extract skills that you've learned from them and that you'll apply during the grant. And you can include that in your statement of grant purpose. You can write and explain how these skills will translate to the classroom. And sometimes it's not super obvious what you can offer. That was my problem. In the beginning of applying, I almost gave up because I didn't feel like I was the right candidate. I didn't have teaching experience. But then someone suggested to me that I take the experiences I have had and frame them differently. I volunteered for the orientation team at my university. I was a tour guide at my university. How could I use that in my essays? Well, I could show that I've had experience representing an institution, being an ambassador, and that might not be such a wide step from being a cultural ambassador in another country, and that representing my university to new and prospective students might not be so different from representing my country abroad. I minored in theater, but how is theater going to help me teach German kids English? Well, being on stage taught me how to be comfortable in front of audiences, how to adapt on the fly, and how to work creatively with a group of people. All important things for working at a school. You see what I mean? Take your experiences and frame them. Now I'm going to show you my essays so that you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about and see an example. I'm only going to show them for a few seconds, so feel free to pause the video and read them. So I hope looking at my essays gave you a better idea what you can do with your essays, because I know looking at example essays really helped me when I was going through this process. And if you keep these things in mind, hopefully your essays will be good enough to win you the award. And if for some reason you're not accepted, try again. Try a different award. Try a different program. It doesn't have to be the Fulbright program. There's many, many ways to go abroad to many, many different countries. And what stops a lot of people from not winning these awards is not applying. It almost stopped me. So give it your best shot, and maybe you'll get it. And if you have any questions about my experience with Fulbright, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll answer it. Otherwise, that's it for now, and until next time.